guess you can call it turtle power.
This is awkward. What's up, guys? This is Critical Redemption here, and yes, you just saw that, me dancing like a moron, but I'm about to get shell-shocked. I'm about to do my review for Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we're both about to get shell-shocked because I have Hillbilly with me, and he's going to be reviewing this film with me. So, let's get shell-shocked.
Rock and roll, boys. Let's go!
Oh, you think you can handle this? You step into the woo! Woo! Hey!
I got you, brother. Allow me to be the badass for once.
That's my fam, I'll hold them down forever. Us against the world, we can battle whoever. Beat it up, young riders, waves in the gutter, rip started from the bottom.
I'm a snapping turtle, fool.
Ain't nothing that can come in between me and my brothers. We all around if it's going down. Knock, knock, you about to get shell-shocked. Knock, knock, you about to get shell-shocked.
We're bulletproof.
Sweet.
Ninja Turtles.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Critical Redemption here, and yes, I just got shell-shocked. We're about to review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, Michael Bay style. So, I have a guest host with me today, Hillbilly Gamer. What's up, dude?
How's it going, y'all?
We're all good, man. We're about to review this film, and I'm excited to have you here with me. Thank you again. So, how's everything with you, boss?
We doing pretty good.
Awesome. So, I want to get in depth about this movie. A lot of people, I've seen reviews and stuff, but I want to give my take, and I want to hear your take about what you thought about the film. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the cast and the director. What do you think of Megan Fox as April O'Neil, Hillbilly?
Honestly, well, I mean, I've watched the movie like three and a half times. Might as well say four. Because my kids watched it by herself. I was actually, I mean, wasn't happy that Megan Fox was April, but you know, she did a good job.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people weren't too happy with her decision. You know, being cast as April in the beginning.
You know, and you know, I think they could have done better with somebody else. But you know, for being who she is and how annoying she can be in movies, she did a really good job.
Yeah, you know, I was nervous for her too, but she actually pulled off the April O'Neil part, which was good. But then again, there was the bad. It's like this movie was focused on her character specifically, and everything was Megan Fox this, Megan Fox that. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I went to the theater, it came out Friday, and I went to the theater on Sunday in the daytime to watch it where there'd be less people. And before I went, I got online and watched a review from Black Nerd.
Yeah.
And he even said that the movie's only like an hour and a half long, and 90% of the movie it's all about April. He says it's not Ninja Turtles, it's April O'Neil or Megan Fox featuring the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And I did get that vibe from the movie.
So did I, and so did a lot of other people. I mean, some people just bashed the movie to hell. I mean, okay, I seen the movie once already. And the way I thought about it was, basically the way I thought of it was, after I finished watching the movie, I was like, I'm like, an hour and 30 minutes, and everything was focused on April O'Neil. But at the same time, I thought to myself, wow, these turtles were actually pretty well done.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest surprise about the April O'Neil character is I've watched Transformers and I've watched a couple other movies that Megan Fox was, even Jennifer's Body. And all of it, no matter what, focused Megan Fox as being, you know, basically a hot, sexy woman, and she's clumsy, she's always whining, running, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This one, in the Ninja Turtle movie, I mean, she got up into some action. I mean, she even helped basically kick Shredder's ass.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a big shocker for me.
In case you guys didn't know, the actors who played the Ninja Turtles, and Hillbilly, I'll tell everyone this. For Raphael, we had Alan Richardson, but Michelangelo was played by Noel Fisher, and then you had Donatello being played by Jeremy Howard, and then Pete, if I'm pronouncing this right, Pete Plazik is the suit actor for Leonardo. But we get Johnny Knoxville as the voice of Leonardo, and a lot of people were like, wow, what, he's voicing Leonardo? Is he going to do a good job as being a leader? You know, the way I see it, Hillbilly, is the way, okay, he was good as Leonardo, but he wasn't the leader type. I thought he voiced him good. He was a little too flat at some scenes, but then again, like the trailers I watched of him voicing Leonardo, that one part where he goes, "Let's go!" It got me pumped up, but he wasn't the leader type. What was your opinion on his voice?
Well, the first time you actually fully hear Leonardo or Johnny Knoxville as Leonardo talking is where Raphael and April O'Neil first meet and talk, and Leonardo tries to get in the way. And his first word is hello, but then it pauses, and when he does it, because you know it's Johnny Knoxville, the first thing your mind instantly thinks of is he's going to say, "Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville, welcome to Jackass."
Yeah.
Because it sounded just like he was fixed to say it.
Yeah, totally.
But, like, most of that entire first meeting scene, that's all you saw Johnny, Jackass almost.
See, I totally agree with you. I kind of thought he was going to say "Welcome to Jackass" or something like that. But
the more you got into it,
exactly,
the more you got lost in the character, and you actually started feeling like it was no longer Johnny Knoxville, it was actually Leonardo.
Exactly, and you totally took the words out of my mouth what I was going to say. But, yeah, but there was another couple flaws with Leonardo. I mean, the way I seen him, I thought Raphael should have been the leader of the whole bunch of this in particular live-action Turtles movie. Just because, number one, Raphael, it seemed basically all the Turtles were awesome, but this movie seemed to focus more on Raphael and Michelangelo. Raphael had a lot more scenes. He's a lot bigger in this movie than Leonardo, and he seems to take the leader role in this film compared to Leonardo.
Like, all the battle scenes, all the ideas, except for take the lead Leonardo when they decided to play fuck with against Shredder. Quite literally, Raphael had all the ideas, Raphael was the one that was left behind by himself. He's the one who was, after Splinter said, "You must go save your brothers." He was the one who freed his brothers, first started the attack on Shredder.
Yeah.
And he got his ass kicked, but, first started the attack on Shredder. When they got on top of the building, him and Michelangelo, as you said, Michelangelo was focused on there too.
Yeah.
Him and Mikey both were the first ones to attack on the final assault. Even when Shredder got supposedly destroyed or whatever, it was Raphael swinging April, and it was
See, and that's what I mean. Like, it focused mainly on the Turtles. It focused mainly on Raphael and Mikey, but I thought the voice actor for Michelangelo, Noel Fisher, he did a really good job voicing Mikey. He kind of pulled off that, "Hey, dude, what's up, bro?" You know, he kind of pulled that off, kind of like how Mikey was in the animated series and the Nickelodeon series as well.
Yeah, I mean, I quite literally, when I would watch Michelangelo, I mean, I really got a feel of the 80s mixed with the Nickelodeon brand.
Exactly. What I want to talk about, we got to talk about the main villain here, dude. Shredder. What did you think of Shredder being, you know, not having any character development? The only reason they put Shredder in this movie is because that's the Ninja Turtles' main villain. You know, it's kind of like their Joker to Batman. But the downfall I had with Shredder in this movie was he was cool and all, but he had no character development. It was just basically he was there to fight the Turtles and there to be in the film.
Yeah.
You know, and
they had a slight backstory. If you listen to Sax talking to April about how Sax was abandoned by his dad in Japan, and a man took over being like a father to him, and did all this blah 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 stuff.
Yeah, but he was mostly hidden in the shadows.
He was actually talking about Shredder.
Yeah.
And it was confirmed that he was talking about Shredder when April was talking to Splinter about their backstory and how they got to where they were, blah blah blah. And he said that Shredder practically raised Sax, which confirmed everything that Sax had said was true, but he made it kind of fluffier for April's viewpoint, but it was all about Shredder.
I completely agree with you.
A lot of people are complaining, though, about the whole Transformer Shredder, as they call him.
Oh yeah, at the very end, the scene where he comes out with this big, huge armor, kind of looking. You know, I kind of agree with some of the people and some of the critics. He kind of looks like it had Michael Bay written all over. He kind of looked like Megatron mixed with like a Transformer.
I totally agree with everybody. You know, it wasn't Shredder to us. You know, we're used to a skinny human, scarred up in the face. Yes, he had scars, but didn't explain the scars.
And that was another thing. I don't mean to interrupt you, but they never mentioned any name of Oroku Saki.
Yeah.
They never mentioned that. And that was another downfall.
But, you know, they had an explanation why his suit would look the way it did, though. You know, they said that they did some modifications to his suit.
Yeah, Eric Sachs is the one who updated it.
Yeah, they did some modifications to his suit and made it more 21st century, mixing modern warfare with ancient style.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks the way it does.
Well, Hillbilly, I got a question for you. To all of our fans out there, what do you think of the development with Splinter and Tony from Monk Show voicing him? I'll give you my quick opinion.
Right.
The Turtles look real, Shredder looked real, but the most unrealistic computer-generated was Master Splinter. People may agree with me on it. His eyes, they were black. He looked kind of like too cartoony, and he didn't look too real. And the voice actor, this guy Tony, he's from the Monk Show, and he's also from Men in Black 1 and 2. He plays that dude in the pawn shop with the big ears that gets his head blown off.
And it goes back, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really like the voice actor.
I watched it, and I'm sorry, every time Splinter talked, except for the point where he was hurting because he had pretty much a sewer fall on him.
Yeah.
And his voice kind of changed up a little bit. The whole time Splinter talked, I saw Monk. I didn't see Master Splinter.
Exactly, and that was another reason I didn't really enjoy the film as much as others either disliked it or enjoyed it. I mean, I thought Master Splinter could have been done a lot better if he looked differently, more realistic, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
the turtles look more. The turtles look actual real, like they was in real life, supposed to be there. Master Splinter looked more, a more detailed version of TMNT.
Exactly.
Almost claymation-like, if you will.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. It was cool to see Whoopi Goldberg in that movie for a few.
Oh, dude, that was actually one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to go see the movie. Believe it or not. So I was like, oh crap, she's back out of hiding, you know, and she played a good character.
Bernadette Thompson.
Yeah, instead of the chief of the newsroom being, you know, a fat guy and balding and all that, and a real ass, if you will, you know. It was Whoopi Goldberg, and yeah, she kind of was an ass, but, you know, she was more or less just looking out for the well-being of the newsroom, and that was it.
And I know, and that's what I mean. It's Whoopi Goldberg, dude. Anything Whoopi Goldberg does is fantastic. That's my opinion, though. Yeah, Will Arnett, I didn't like his character. Vern Fenwick, I didn't care for his character. I thought Will Arnett's a good actor and stuff, but his character fell flat short for me.
That was like skittish all the time, and all he wanted to do was get Naples pants.
Oh, exactly. That's exactly what he wanted to do. That's why I didn't really like him too much. He was just he was kind of annoying, kind of like complaining too much.
I sat down and I watched the entire 10 seasons of original 80s version Ninja Turtles, and not once did Vernon try to get Naples pants or ask her out on a date or nothing. Now he tried to ask Velma or whatever you call her name, the little nerd girl.
Yeah.
He asked her once in the cartoon series, but other than that, you know, he never hit on April or nothing. As a matter of fact, he was more against April and the Turtles than anything. And, like, in the movie, that's all he wanted was, I mean, April was bent over, focused on trying to get pictures in the snow. He was focused on her ass. During the movie, when she was trying to ask for help, he was bragging how she wanted to see him. At the end of the movie, he was trying to ask her out again.
Yeah, I don't know how many times he tried asking her out. That's why his character was just kind of like a little bratty schoolboy, you know, kind of like a jock, sort of. Just trying to get some ass.
I know they confirmed that there's going to be a part 2, and...
That's what I wanted to talk about. What do you think of the ending? Do you think there's room for a part 2? Or do you think they shouldn't even bother with it before we end our review?
I've studied part 2, The Secret of the Ooze, really, really well.
Uh-huh.
And I know the backdraft of, like, the whole Super Shredder and all the idea behind that. And technically, you know, the modified suit would be considered a Super Shredder. But because that's our first version of him.
Yeah.
You know, the idea of Super Shredder was that he drank the last vial of ooze.
Yeah, and that buffed him up and made him Super Shredder.
Exactly. And in the movie, when he landed and stuff, you saw his hand move and had ooze on the back of his hand, dripping to the back of his hand into his suit.
Yeah.
And then he stopped moving for a minute, but it didn't technically confirm that he was dead or nothing like that.
That's kind of what they did in this movie. They kind of left it on a cliffhanger.
So, yeah, you know, there's that, and then they didn't leave it open for the idea that the fact that they're confirming Krang is going to be in the new movie.
Yeah.
In part 2. I saw no hint of that at all in the movie at all, so I don't really see how they're going to place it unless it just randomly appears or some shit.
Yeah, overall, but we're gonna give 2 final verdicts for this film. I want to hear your final verdict and score for this film. What would you give it?
Oh, I mean, I know we've gave it a couple of bad words about it, but overall, I was highly impressed with the movie. You know, I was expecting, because of the original stories that supposedly it shows aliens and all this other stuff and all this alternating, messing up the storyline. Sorry. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But when I sat down and watched it, I was highly impressed. And honestly, believe it or not, I'd give it a 9 at least.
9 out of 10. Interesting.
9.2 at the most. But I mean,
that's good, dude. You know, watching, since you've seen it 3 times, right? You've seen it 3 times?
Yeah, my daughter is 8 years old, and she went with me to the movie, and, you know, it was said that the movie was focused for mainly not our generation and stuff like that, but more for kids.
Yeah.
My 8-year-old daughter sat down and watched the movie, and her eyes were glued to the movie the whole time.
That's good, dude. I mean, 9.2 for you watching it 3 times, that's pretty good. You want to hear my final verdict?
Go for it.
Alright, well, seeing this movie once and kind of having some downfalls to it until I watch it for a second or third time until it comes out on Blu-ray, Hillbilly, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Still pretty good, though.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 just because of some of the flaws I had with Master Splinter and everything, and no development for Shredder. But,
yeah.
You know, that kind of wraps up our review, guys. I mean, we kind of covered everything that we thought in our basically we covered good and bad aspects of this film. You know, it was a pleasure having you on my channel, dude. You know, we should be reviewing another movie or video game soon. But yeah, Hillbilly Gamer, make sure to check him out. Until next time, guys, happy, instead of happy gaming, happy movie time. Alright, well, Hillbilly Gamer, I'll talk to you later, and I'm about to get shell-shocked again.
Later, y'all.
Later.
Cowabunga.
Check the base, bruh. My bad. Still figuring